What is going on? Welcome back to Mugen Films. If this is your first time here, I introduce, review, and rank films every week. So start by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss your favorite shows. In this episode, we have a Netflix Japanese anime series called Cagaster of an Insect Cage. The videos will be concise and I'll always try to keep spoilers to a minimum, but since spoilers can be subjective, proceed with your own discretion. Starting off with the production quality category. Our first category is plot. In terms of originality, it wasn't that original. I mean, if you took your regular zombie show and replaced zombies with bugs, then you would pretty much have Cagaster of an Insect Cage. I'm giving the first category score a 2 out of 10. The next category is character. Overall, the characters were quite likable. Each of them had a unique personality matching to their roles, which the actors did a pretty good job of portraying. And props to the anime for having such a diverse ethnicity. I'm giving the first category score an 8 out of 10. Next up, we have audio and visual. When it was good, it was pretty good. But it's unfortunate they only had a few scenes like this. The drawing style reminded me of Berserk, and I know a lot of people didn't like that. But different styles keep things fresh, so I can appreciate that. I'm rating it a 7 out of 10 here. When it comes to directing, I'd say overall it was pretty smooth. When it comes to editing and cinematography, it was actually pretty decent, but sometimes it did feel like it lacked a little bit of consistency. 7 points is given for this category. Last in our production category is pace. It's a bit of a challenge to evaluate pace when the show isn't over yet. Given that this anime is gonna get a second season, some parts did feel a bit rushed. This evaluation can obviously change when the anime is complete, but for now, it's getting a 6. For genre, 5 points for quantity and 5 points for quality will be given. First up is action. This is an area that I expected a bit more from. Not to say they didn't have action, just not as much as I had hoped. And when they did have action, it was kind of short or just mediocre. This category receives a 5. Next we have comedy. The overall mood is pretty serious and have very little room for comedy, but they did have a character dedicated for comic relief. The comedy category receives a 3 out of 10. The next category is drama. Some dramatic scenes didn't affect me as much as it should have, and this was probably due to an overall overly optimistic mood and a rushed pace. This category receives a 4. Next we have romance. You can expect a little bit of everything here. Romance, friendship, honor, family love, and even a little bit of ecchi, but none of them were very intense, so I'm giving it a 5 here. Last in the genre category is violence. There is violence and death with an expected amount of goriness, but the actual scenes themselves weren't very violent at all. And for that, I'm giving violence a 3 out of 10. Last but not least, we have HDFB. This anime had bits and pieces of a lot of genres, but if it had focused on one category a bit more, like for example action, this show could have been a lot better. I'm rating Cagaster of an Insect Cage a 5 out of 10 for the HDFB score. Before I give you the final score, a quick reminder that if you want more contents like this, the easiest way for you to tell me is by smashing that like button. Now time for the final score. The production quality got a 30 out of 50, genre got a 20 out of 50, and TFBR got a 5 out of 10. The total score of 50 out of 100 without counting in TFBR. Thanks for watching and check out my other videos.